Collecting scrap is by no means a walk in the park. There are various entities out there endangering the safety of both your coworkers and, of course, yourself. So, to safely deliver scrap back to the ship, it's advisable that workers learn the habits of facility dwellers well. In this training video, employees will get the chance to learn about the creature that is always guarding the ship's entrance, also commonly referred to as man's best friend, the Eyeless Dog. The Eyeless Dog can be encountered on every single accessible moon as of now, though on Val, it is significantly less likely that an employee would run into one, since they are much less common there. They will only appear outside of the facility, usually spawning later in the afternoon or during nighttime under normal conditions. However, if the terminal's weather forecast shows an eclipse moon, these canines can be spotted as soon as the ship lands if you're unlucky. As their name suggests, these creatures have a stark resemblance to what we call dogs, but they are borderline gigantic. They walk on all fours, have a thick layer of orange-red skin, and attached to their torso is a giant head that has an enormous gaping mouth, equipped with sharp fangs that are always out in the open. Menacing as their faces are, close inspection shows that they do not possess any eyes, making them completely blind. Their look suggests that they are incredibly dangerous, but they also lack vision, and therefore has to rely on sound cues to capture prey. With a rough understanding of what the Eyeless Dog looks like, it's now time to move on to their behavior. Once a dog spawns, they will roam around looking for prey slowly and aimlessly across the entire map. They can go pretty much anywhere the player can, even being able to enter the ship and climb the stairs on Titan. That said, there are a few places where they can't reach, for example the ship's roof, as they cannot climb ladders. These dogs are sensitive to sound, and while they spend the majority of their time wandering around aimlessly, any sound they pick up on will prompt them to investigate the spot where the sound was made, regardless of whether it was footsteps, the voices of employees, scrap items, or tools. They'll let out a loud growl as they approach the spot to confirm that there is prey there, and if they find prey by colliding with it, or if a loud noise is played extremely close to them, they'll do a lunge attack at the source. This lunge attack can instantly kill any employee regardless of their health, and has relatively far reach, though it can only go in one direction. If the prey is yet to be caught, they'll lunge around randomly a few more times before returning to roaming. So, how do we deal with these huge dogs? Well, there are a few effective ways. The first method is to simply crouch down, stay silent, and avoid the dog while returning to the ship with your scrap. Since crouching down muffles any sound from your footsteps, the dog won't attack you even if you're right in front of it. Don't worry if you left the walkie-talkie on. The dogs can't hear any of the sound your coworker makes, and trying to turn it off would make a sound anyway, so best to keep it on at all times. Furthermore, you can send text messages to other workers while the walkie-talkie is on to warn them of the dogs. All the more reasons to not turn it off ever. Do be mindful of the devices you type with though. If you cannot mute yourself entirely, typing noises can leak out, which can cause the dog to enter attack mode. Another good method to deal with them is to kill them using the shovel. The dogs are susceptible to the zap gun, and they also go down in about 12 shovel hits. So, if you manage to have those tools at your disposal, and a friend or two, don't be afraid to confront them head on. You'll find this method much quicker than crouch walking, and can save you valuable time to collect even more scrap. Finally, and the most flashy strategy of the three, is to let nature deal with the devils. Lightning strikes can kill you in one hit, and similarly, they can kill these dogs in one hit as well. So, on a stormy moon, lure one out by dropping a metallic tool or item, such as the shovel, onto the ground, and then simply watch as it gets zapped by lightning while approaching the item. Out of these three methods, I most recommend the crouching option. Though it is slow, it still proves to be much more consistent than the other methods. So that's pretty much all there is to know about the Eyeless Dogs. And to sum it up, the bestiary entry reads, a large mammal of the class Septivus. They are social, hunting in very large packs, They have also been called breathing lions for their recognizable sound and large mouths. They are endurance hunters and attempt to make up for their lack of sight with their sense of hearing. It's a popular myth that they often mistake the sound of their own kind for prey, entering fights within their own packs. Their behavior is unique from other pack animals in their tendency to spread out far to cover distance. When an eyeless dog has found prey, it roars to alert others in the near vicinity, who will also sound the alarm, sometimes resulting in a kind of chain reaction. Eyeless dog can be dangerous in swarms, however, they are characteristically clumsy, taking guesses at their prey's exact location, which are often incorrect.